It's 2024 and it seems people have got something to keep an eye on. Whether it's visitors at the front door, cars on the driveway, or pets in the garden. And 235,000 home burglaries have already taken place. And it turns out that cameras are one of the best visual deterrents you can have, with a home 300% safer if it's got a system installed. But people, I think, are under the impression that CCTV is hard to install, costs loads, and is messy with loads of wires. So I've been testing this thing for the last couple of weeks at mine, seeing what it can do and putting it head to head against my proper hardwired security system to see what the drawbacks and benefits are. It's sat there with 4.4 out of 5 stars, so people really like this thing. But what actually is it? Well, in a nutshell, basically it's a 4K security camera with a built-in battery that's 10,400 milliamp hours with a teeny weeny little 1.5 watt solar panel on the top of it to keep that battery topped up. It's IP65 resistant, so putting this thing outside, it should be absolutely fine. And it's also got Wi-Fi 6 at 2.4 gigahertz. We'll talk more about getting this thing connected to Wi-Fi later because it's really important that it's connected well to have a good experience. The setup is really simple. You download the Ezviz app, create an account with them, and then bind the camera to that account. You basically choose whatever location you would like, screw in the base plate to your wall, and then screw the camera to said base plate. On first impressions, the image is really sharp, crisp and clear with enough detail. But that's been the case over the many years I've used Ezviz cameras. The predecessor to this that I have installed in Spain has been there for 2 years and still looks really crisp. Nice. Why doesn't everybody install a camera like this if it's really easy to get up and running and simple with no cable mess? Now that is a really valid question. Wired systems offer some benefits over battery-powered systems, and those are as follows. You can, with a wired system, record 24/7, meaning every single second of the day. And if you wanted, you could have a live view of that camera running 24/7, let's say in your office, so you could keep an eye on things. Because battery-powered cameras obviously run off a battery, they can't run 24/7 and have to wake themselves up before they start recording. And they wake themselves up with an old school motion sensor, a PIR sensor first, and then they will start recording the motion that they've seen. If you go into the settings and enable the AOV mode, the camera can go ahead and wake itself up at a user-defined set interval to go ahead and do its scans to see if it sees anything, so it's not relying on its internal sensors to pick up some movement. As far as I'm aware, there isn't any other battery-powered options for CCTV that have a feature like this, so it's really nice to see Ezviz having a stab at it. The catch is that obviously waking the camera up at a set interval, if this is the lowest, which is 4 seconds, it's obviously going to deplete your battery. Now, with the solar panel built into this camera itself, I wanted to see how long this camera would last with the always on video turned on. And on a sunny / cloudy day here in the UK, with the always on video running 24/7, within the sunlight hours, it dropped 2%. Which means you get, with always on video, if it was running whilst the sun was out, about 50 days of continuous recording. So I think the middle ground with this is, and Ezviz have thought of this, is to use the always on video mode as a schedule. So you could set up a schedule, let's say between 12 and 4 PM every day whilst the sun's out, to flick into always on video mode. That way it's not going to lose too much power because that solar panel is keeping it topped up whilst the always on video is running. And then once the sun goes down and the schedule you've set within the camera ticks over, it can go back to its normal mode of operation, which is to wake itself up using the PIR sensor built into the front of the camera, and then it will go ahead and decide whether to notify you if it's seen a human or a vehicle. Over my many years of installing professional CCTV systems for both consumers, homes and businesses, I can tell you that a user interface and/or an application and how you use that app is really make or break. It only takes about 5 seconds to open up the Ezviz app and wake the camera up from sleep to display you with a live view feed of what the camera can see. You can go ahead and put a micro SD card into this camera and record to that, or you can use Ezviz's cloud service, which has the added benefit of if the camera gets stolen, your footage is in the cloud, whereas if you're using an SD card and the camera gets stolen, the footage is on that SD card, so it's lost and you won't be able to access it. It has a timeline that you can scroll down and you can go back through the certain days to monitor and view and download recordings. It's also super easy to check the battery life of this camera, and it will also display you with a little symbol depending on what the solar panel is doing and whether it's receiving enough sunlight to charge it or not. This is a 4K camera. It's really, really crisp. Even cropping in at 400%, you can still see everything that's going on. If you've ever seen CCTV footage that's been filmed at night, you've probably noticed that it's in black and white. And that's because the cameras use IR to light up their field of view. And this IR isn't actually visible to the naked eye. The color night vision works in the same way, let's say your mobile phone would if you were recording a video with the flashlight on at night. Now, the reason I like this is because it can act as a deterrent because the lights are so bright. Ezviz have even got a mode on here where you can make the lights flash to draw more attention to the camera, so should someone come into view of the camera that shouldn't be there, it will start to flash, and you'd hope that they would think, I'm on film, I should probably not be here. I found in my testing that the microphone and speaker on the camera were adequate enough for quick two-way conversations with whoever you would want to speak to. So all that's to say, if you really aren't too tech savvy and you want a CCTV camera that has a decent app, is easy to install and set up, and you aren't bothered about recording every single second of every single day, and you're happy just with the always on video mode that this camera can offer and or its PIR detection modes, then this thing will serve you absolutely fine. The video quality at both in the day and nighttime is really, really good. Because these cameras are so cheap in comparison to installing a proper hardwired system and don't come with any of the headaches that the hardwired systems do, I'd recommend if the Wi-Fi signal is weak in your garden, just pick up a cheap wireless access point that can live outside, or a wireless extender, just to boost the Wi-Fi coverage to the camera to make sure that it's not weak and therefore giving you a bad user experience when trying to live view or pull footage from the camera. I think it's really important. But with that being said, guys, I think the Ezviz lineup is the best for the battery powered and ease of use side of things as far as CCTV is concerned. That good that I have it deployed at my family home in Spain. It's been there for 2 years, it's sound, and I wanted to revisit this in 2024 to see what's changed. And the always on video mode is definitely a step in the right direction. What CCTV have you guys got installed and what are you looking at? Let us know in the comment section down below. Anyway, guys, my name's been Alex. This has been TechFlow, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.